Welcome to another episode of Cullen on Film. In the studio on a Saturday afternoon, we are doing a new thing now as well, combining some podcasting shows.
Yep.
So we got the Ranting and Raving podcasting here with.
Very cool. I'm Steve Sandwich Hanish.
And I am Chris Arangio. I don't have a nickname or anything like that.
No nickname?
No.
Oh, man. So a long time ago, when we first kind of started hanging on to your shorts, I was on your show.
Yeah, all of, I think,
they came on at another time, right?
Yeah, 4 or 5 of you at a separate time were on.
Yeah.
I think you just came on with Rich.
Yeah.
You came on with
he was
Rich.
like in the background.
Yeah, but you did most of the talking.
He's like, I don't want to talk.
And then we interviewed Hiram and
yes,
BK,
right.
Brian. So,
yeah, they haven't been around in a while, right, Meng? They've been like disappeared.
With some mythical sightings here and there. I think I've seen Hiram once or twice, but they're out there. They're out there. Just look for them.
They're not dead. They're alive.
They're like Bigfoot.
Bigfoot in New Jersey.
They're just in hiding from the corona.
But we had you on, man.
I said that to Brian the other day. I'm like, I know you because he's been in hiding. Like he doesn't like do technology.
Yeah,
he won't even come on. So
I'm jealous.
We're finally on a phone call. I'm like, can we even just talk online?
Right.
We're on a phone call
from a landline, I assume.
Right. Yeah, it's landline or flip phone, whatever it is. And I'm like, yeah, I understand. You're old. He's like, I'm only a few years older than you. What the heck? I'm like, well, I'm not afraid. I'm all right. He's like hiding.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who they just went like a cabin in the woods and they didn't really do anything. And now people are starting to slowly like go out, eat and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I haven't even heard of it. I've seen them on just Facebook. Brian's messaged me about, hang on to your shorts and all that.
I guess they've been watching movies. I don't even know. There was like no contact for months. And I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Are my friends alive? That's all I want to know.
I'm like, and then, the podcast actually stopped hanging on to your shorts. So I'm like, I was talking to Ming. I'm like, I got to do something for school too. I interview people. I'm like,
well, you interviewed your students and stuff, right?
We started out with that. And then, we started the show. I think I first interviewed Ming just to get it going.
Yeah.
And then it kind of blew up. Cullen on Film blew up. I was like, yeah! Hell yeah. So that's, I just kept going. And the thing is, for school, I was using these interviews for like getting people out in California who are actors, writers, directors.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I was showing the videos to my students online and be like, class is over.
Yeah. This is what I do now.
Guess who we got on today? Watch this.
Watch this. You promise you're going to do it? All right, go. Done.
A+. Yeah.
You start giving out. Yeah. You watch, you pass. That's pretty much it.
We got some good, we got some really good interviews and good people for that. So it worked out. The best was though, I edit it for them because, we say whatever we want on here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. That's how
you can say, oh shit.
That's how we
do too. When we started, we were like, okay, well, do we want to tag us explicit? Like, how do we want to do this? And I was like, I want to be as authentic as us as we can be. So we just started being explicitly tagged. So probably didn't get the same listenership we could.
Yeah. When we have guests on, we're more, depending on who the guest is, we're a little more, I guess, PG. But when we come with other stuff, we're about 250 episodes in. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, yeah. It started off as like
254 years, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it just started out as we actually did a podcast for my short film Healing Heroes. I wanted to just do like, I want to talk to the directors and writers. Yeah. He hosted it. And in the middle of it, he's like, why don't we start our own thing? And you can tell the quality, obviously, from the beginning to now. We've moved on up. But
you got better equipment, better online.
Better equipment, but socially, just like when we hang out, we'll talk and we'll go from sports to movies back to like whatever. And it just keeps going and going and going. And then we're like, we should do a podcast because we were trying to write something, and both of us were just hitting roadblocks, like writer's block, couldn't get through it. And I was like, why don't we do something different? Like, let's do a podcast. That way we keep the creative juices flowing, blah, blah, blah. And that was, 4 years ago. Yeah. But
and for me,
as soon as the mics went on in our first couple of episodes, we were like, hello?
Yeah.
What do we say?
But we've gotten better. We just, we're more as unprepared we do seem on the podcast. Mm-hmm. We do still like put a lot of time and thought like
I used to. Now I'm just like, people ask me like, what question is going to ask me? I'm like, I don't know. We're just gonna go.
Honestly,
see what comes to me.
But I've been watching a lot of like
it's better that way.
Like Andrew,
it's authentic.
Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, those guys. I've been watching Tom Segura, and you
really
just
good.
see like I literally just think it's like
conversation.
4-hour conversation, and it's so natural. Maybe they do hit on some stuff, but like Joe Rogan did a podcast with Post Malone, and they're like, they open up with like, we're a little high, we're pretty drunk, and we're smoking cigarettes, and then they're talking about aliens. I'm like,
well, that's what you get. You get comfortable, and then the more you talk to somebody, the more comfortable they get with how you're, how you run your thing. If they have a publicist, they'll probably tap out and won't pay attention, and then you start to get the real stuff.
Even when Steve came by my place today, he's like, like, what are we going to go on there and talk about? I was like, honestly, the past few times I've been on here, we just sat down and it flowed like into movies, but then it really was just a conversation. Like, but it was like 6 people too.
Yeah. And then people are like, when you're done, they're like, what?
What happened?
How are we done?
But no, it was a lot of fun. I do appreciate you asking us on again, man. It's really cool.
Definitely, this is great.
Well, I thought it'd be a really cool thing something new to do for Cullen on Film is to combine some podcasts and talk about different podcasters, not just filmmakers and directors and all that. And it'd be a really cool conversation that way. I thought.
Absolutely. That's what we enjoyed doing. Like, we started the podcast for us, so we'd talk about movies, talk about sports, and those are two very distinct fan bases of people. Like, typically, if you're into film, you won't be into sports, or vice versa. You know, so it's like I hear people say like, "Oh, I love this episode, that episode." Okay, great. We're doing a sports episode next week. They'll be like, "I'll see you in 2 weeks."
Yeah, that's my dad for sure. But then you have people like I follow you and other people on Facebook. You're big into baseball, and you're big into movies. Like, a lot, like, and that's what I love. Like, that's what I think our show
is great.
We were watching baseball before you guys came. The Cardinals were getting ready to play.
Who were they?
Sorry to interrupt.
They're actually ready. Wow,
they're playing today, right?
They've been playing for what, 3 weeks, and they played 5 games.
Yeah,
like the Cardinals have been shut down.
Wow,
like the Marlins are catching up, but
starting to. I'm an Orioles fan, so they've been like they've taken complete advantage of this shortened schedule. They're like, we're going to win 11 games in the first 16. It's like,
that, man? An Orioles fan.
What?
That's right. Yeah. When was the last time they were above 500 ever?
2014. I think. So
right.
Yeah. Wow. There's the little Orioles Easter eggs.
They signed Tommy Malone, then they're like, "Let's do this. That's the last piece for the championship." It's like a guy
it's a good chance.
Bounce around from 6 teams in 7 years. All right, let's go.
Only 40 games to go, and how many games are they out?
Here, Chris Davis have $161 million. Here you go. Like, and to not hit 200. Anyways,
Hey, Chris Davis, nice year last year. I see you're going to continue to decline, but here's all the money anyway.
So was Manny Machado really wasting his years there? Or were they good at some point when he was there?
They were good when he was first a young player that got called up there, but then they gave Chris Davis $162 million, and then Manny Machado's contract was coming up, and they were like,
"We can't afford.
Oh fuck, we don't have any money left." Because they're a small market club.
We can't afford you.
So they put their money into a power hitter with declining metrics instead of a 5-tool player who was 22 years old.
I will say, though, that's one of the nicest stadiums. I've only been to a few baseball stadiums.
It is really nice.
I went to
Ballpark.
Sorry.
That's how we refer to it.
Sorry.
And it's like right in that neighborhood too. The neighborhood's right there and everything.
Yeah, Birdland. Really cool. It's got a very good feel where it's not like like a corporate, like Yankee Stadium. There's $1.2 billion, but it's a circle and it's just a bunch of places to eat. Like Camden Yards is a ballpark. You go there, you enjoy Boog's barbecue, and then watch the game.
Well, I like going to Citi Field now. They do
Citi
have
Field's
good food.
Beautiful.
They have a brewery outside. They have a bar outside, a nice bar. Their bar is all over inside, but the food is ridiculous.
So you can drink your pain away before and after the game,
and you can afford it
if they're bad.
You don't have to sit at all. I went to a couple games where I didn't sit at all. I stood the whole time.
Well, it was the same cost for that stadium, but they designed it, in my opinion, correctly. Like it has character.
Yeah.
The Yankees were
Shea
let's
was
just
horrible.
do the arches, and then
Shea was terrible.
Shea was horrible.
I never.
It was just this big, huge piece of junk.
It was an old stadium with orange handles and
and you're like way up. I remember as a kid paying we got seats for $6. My dad and I $6 a piece.
Wow.
Yeah. But you're way straight up. Way up in the air. And you never get a ball. You never get close.
Do they still have the Apple in the new state?
They transferred it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they have the old Apple and then the new one. The old one's outside or
nice.
and then the new one's there.
Yeah, it's a part of a Mets tradition. Once every 2 weeks, they raise the apple. Until they got Pete Alonso, the first power hitter in fucking 15.
Right now, he's not doing good anyway.
No. That's the biggest thing I do. Do you do fantasy baseball?
No.
So I'm doing fantasy baseball league. This year is like complete feast or famine. Because like the injury list has gotten so out of whack where it's like my hamstring feels a little tight.
I can imagine.
You better take 14 days off then. And then with COVID and everything like that, and players being on hot starts, cold starts, in the shortened season, it's a complete disaster.
And you got more players now too. Do you get more players because it's 28? Do you get to pick more?
No. We kept the rosters the same, which is it's tough. You know, when I have Mike Moustakas who pulls his quad, and then Hector Neris goes on the DL for COVID. It's just like, okay, got to keep putting my guys on the injured list on my bench, and I'm going to score 3 points today.
Did they up the spots for IR or no?
No, it's three IL spots.
Wow.
For COVID, injury, you name it. That's it.
Yeah, because my buddies and I were thinking about doing fantasy football, and I don't think so.
I don't even think they're gonna do football. Who knows what's gonna
I better do football.
I don't see it happening. Unfortunately, they're gonna do football without fans. Like how?
Listen to me. They have to do football.
Yeah, I know they have to.
If they don't do football, we may never see Steve again.
I'll be swinging from the fucking rafters. No, they talk about opening NFL stadiums with 25% capacity. So I feel like if they just have to dumb that down to only the guys in the field.
Yeah,
the NFL is just a money machine.
We'll see.
Hopefully. There's no way they are.
Are they still practicing? Are they still?
They're doing training camp. They cancel preseason games.
All preseason.
So they're just going to do training camp up until kickoff. Mm-hmm. So the first few weeks, if they have it, will be very.
Well, they'll make sure that these people stay and they need football. Yeah, everyone needs football back.
Absolutely, need is a good word.
It's just the crazy times, but things. In our area here are getting better.
Yeah,
New Jersey, New York area. So
which is why starting out we were the hotbed, and now it's just like.
But I never thought New Jersey would be the example.
I know
for the rest of America to follow.
I know.
Like everyone always craps on. I don't know. I always tell. I know. I always tell people I lived in Florida for 5 years, and everyone always dogged New Jersey. But yeah, exactly. But I am a Jersey guy through and through. Like I will always rep Jersey. And now that we are the only state really in New York that are really doing well with all of this, I'm like, all right, well, now what's up? What's up, Florida?
New York's
feel
really
that one. I think it was the new Jim Jeffries special I watched. I think at one point New Jersey was a punchline, and I was like,
yeah,
that hurts a little.
It's always a punchline, but now Florida is. Once I left, which I'm happy.
Once you left, it's you. That's they're like our last talented person just left Florida. Take this down.
And once LeBron left.
I went down to Atlantic City for a couple days there. It was nice. It was well done how they had everything.
Were casinos open?
Everything had the plastic glass, and say you went to a roulette, there was only 3 seats, and you're basically in glass.
Oh wow!
And you give the money or the chips under the glass.
Were there any shows? I know there's music, concerts or comedians.
We wanted to. I'm not a gambler and I don't bet sports, but I was with my cousin. We're like, let's bet on the Met game for. I've never done this.
Yeah.
So let's go to the not Wild Wild West. Is it? I think maybe that is Wild Wild.
The Wild West Saloon.
So it's got this big sports thing.
Yeah.
We just wanted to watch the Mets somewhere.
Yeah.
And they got these gigantic TVs.
Yeah.
So you got to go sit down. You can sit down and you can get a drink. And you fill up anyone you want, and you put money down on the game. You sit down. These nice chairs. Closed. Oh, it's closed.
It's awful. That's every casino has that. That's like a sports book thing.
Yeah,
where they're trying to compete with DraftKings and companies like that, where they sit down and it's like place your bets. It's better odds here.
Where I live now, I'm in the shopping complex across from me. There's this place called Favorites, and I think it's a sports betting or horse racing, and it's always open Fridays. It's only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I believe.
Right.
The parking lot is jam packed, so people are looking for anything, any sort of entertainment, even before.
Which makes sense because if you're going on a Tuesday afternoon to place your paycheck, you said
that there was traffic coming down here, right?
Yes.
So it's shore traffic.
I'm assuming, which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
I didn't
stay home.
Yeah.
And also, if you're going down the shore for the weekend and you left now. Yeah. You fucked up. Yeah. You missed a day.
Yeah.
You're lazy.
Yeah, you leave Thursday or Friday, honestly. Early, 7 in the morning.
Absolutely.
But we were only 40 minutes away. I honestly didn't anticipate it to be this nuts. And then it's
not at all.
We're bumper to bumper, but some people are not. I guess people are still trying.
This was like the summer of the locals. Let us have our beaches
exactly,
for
once. Right,
exactly. Yeah, we don't need anyone from New York to come.
Yeah, just let us have a good, because we were down, like, I'd say, I guess June. We were going to Asbury Park a lot on the water. It was nice in June, right? It was very quiet.
Oh, it was awesome. It was
locals.
It was maybe like a quarter the amount of people, usual amount of people that would be down here.
And we did podcast outside on the
I saw.
Yeah, we sat at a table on the boardwalk.
That sounds amazing.
You could drink on the boardwalk at the time?
Unofficially.
Sort of unofficially?
Unofficially. Nobody cared. Nobody cared.
That's sort of nice. I feel like drinking in public is okay during these kind of times, but...
Oh, a patron! You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Atlantic City, you could go outside, you drink outside, you just can't drink in the casino. I at first I was like, wow, you can't drink or eat in a casino, but now I understand why.
Right.
And it's pretty safe. I mean, if you look at the map of New Jersey, like people getting it, it's like the least amount in that area.
Yeah, that's great.
With all these people, and at night there's tons of people on the boardwalk. Tons. They come out at like midnight. It's ridiculous.
Because they might think like they might think like they might.
That's what it was. That's exactly what it was.
They probably think no one is going to be out there, and then it's like,
and then it was so crowded, and everything's going like crazy, like the Ferris wheel, and all these games are going at midnight. I was like, and we went to a room, got room service, and watched the Mets in the room.
Nice.
And I'm like, this is great.
Wanted to have a nice depressing evening.
After
Steven Matz gets shelled again.
Yeah. I gambled for like 10 minutes and won $85. I'm like, I'm out.
Look at you. That's awesome.
10 minutes.
That is not what they want. They want you to win and then stay.
Well, I was losing. I threw $100. I'm playing some roulette, and my money's just going. I'm down to like this, and I'm like, my cousin's like, just leave. Let's just leave. I'm like, one more. I go, what number? It goes 31. Mike Piazza. I put it down. Hits. I was like,
you have to walk away after that. I remember when
Mike Piazza's still saving the Mets fans.
When I went to AC a few years ago, we all just went gambling. I'm terrible at it, and my fiance and her friend won like $400.
Damn.
And they're like, I'm out. Like, I'm done. And then, but my fiance's friend's boyfriend was like trying really, really hard to. I need to win money. I need this, but he came with nothing. But I was like, well, no, they could buy dinner. Like they just they collectively almost got $1,000. They could treat us now, But like when
you think competitive people are more prone to gambling addictions just because of the nature of how you are, because it's not something you can control, but it's something you want to be good at.
Yeah, if you are competitive and you have an addictive personality, I feel like Atlantic City.
Because I find myself doing that, like with roulette, like put it on Black 17 or something like that, and it doesn't hit. I'm like, come on, what are you doing? And it's like, it's just a wheel. Like it doesn't mean you're a bad roulette player. It means you're just stupid.
Well, I feel like gambling is all luck, or is that? Or
it's complete luck.
Yeah. It is complete luck. You think you know.
If you're doing like Texas Hold'em or something like that, you feel like you have a little bit of control, but it's still all chance.
Yeah,
it's complete chance.
It's all chance. It's so funny though. But last year, I was down there for a film festival. I go down there every year to the AC Cinefest.
Yep.
So I'm down there with Bob Klein. I don't know if you know Bob Klein.
Yes.
He likes to play the slots, the penny slots, the nickel slot, quarter slot. So he likes, and I'm like, oh man, you got to do the tables, not this. So it's like, no, I got it. I know how to do this. So he goes, I'm sitting with him. I'm like, all right, I'll come with you. And he's playing, throwing. And he throws, you put a quarter in and you play and you roll it one thing.
Yeah.
No, he puts all, like bets it all every time, whatever it is, bets every time. And I'm watching him like, dude, you're losing money. He's like, no, I win at this. All of a sudden, like $3,000. It just kept rolling and rolling. God. And he got into this bonus thing and he's playing this like arcade. It was like turning to arcade.
You get all the betting lines then, right?
So he's got all the betting lines and the thing's just rolling. It was like $3,000 or $4,000. It's like, and he's playing and I was like, what the hell's going on?
I don't have the balls for that.
Like, you're like penny slots
to bet
for life.
Everything you have? No.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
I hear AC Cinefest is awesome. Doug Bollinger.
Yes,
he went down there one time. And I think he said he hung out with you guys. You guys just drank. Like Doug's like, yeah, I'm a little hungover this morning, but like you're in Atlantic City. At a
I did a screenplay as a finalist in the Cinefest.
Oh,
nice,
year. Nice.
It was. It's a great fest this year. A lot of fests, even without Corona almost like took this year off before all this happened.
Why is that?
Ironic that like I don't know. It's just like it seemed like a lot of fests were closing and just not doing as well.
Well, you heard about Westfield, right? Westfield Film Festival. I think Gina Rodriguez, she basically said like, "Hey, money's an issue," which really stinks because that festival is awesome.
Yeah, so that that one, Hoboken.
These are some big ones you see on Film Freeway too.
So, and then AC Cinefest, they said we're going to do this year. You could submit a script, so they're doing scripts and all that.
Right. Maybe they knew,
come down. Then this
that's easy. That's remote stuff.
Maybe they knew something that we didn't.
Yeah, it's like they knew before, and then that happened.
Let's start a conspiracy podcast right now, but on stuff like no one wants to hear about.
On New Jersey Film Festival.
I think film festivals predicted this,
and then everyone's pushing. They're all push. Everyone pushed, and then like, all right, we got to do online, and worry about the next year. So that's what basically hang on to your shorts. We kept pushing. Like we're gonna have it. No, we're gonna have it, and then. So we're going to be online September like 11th, 12th, 13th that weekend.
Brightside was online, obviously, right? No,
didn't have it yet. We're waiting.
All right. I'm so
Brightside, Brightside Film Festival. We have we're able to use the Brightside whenever we're able to go inside a bar.
Okay.
We have all right. Say like next week we can go inside a bar.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so then we know and we'll plan it.
Gotcha.
And we got any weekend we want.
Hell yeah.
So our next Brightside is not till March, so we have time.
Let's hope.
We want
I really hope
people to go.
I love that festival.
You go to New York though. You go to New York State, and you could go in a bar. I go to my cousin Stevie's, and we go inside and drink in a bar.
Wow.
And it's right over the Cuomo Bridge. You go over this way, can't go in a bar. Go over that way, could go in a bar. Full amount of people.
I know.
6 feet apart. You sit down, put the mask, and then get up to the bathroom, put the mask. Safe. It has not spread. It's been open since June.
Wow.
June 2nd.
Good for them.
Why can't we adapt that? I know Governor Murphy's trying to try really hard to see, hey, can we go inside and do this? I'd say,
there was an article.
I
saw an article saying today goes, I'm going to figure out how to do it. Well, look at New York State.
It's idiotic.
No, I agree.
I yelled at it. I like tweeted. I'm like, look at the freaking state. I've been going there every freaking weekend to go out into the bar.
Across the river.
Yeah.
No, he does say things like no indoor dining. How about schools though? Yeah, sure, open them.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
It's all right. I can go teach.
Yeah.
But I can't go into a bar.
Yeah. You can't wash the day off with some booze after you go teach.
Not. But no, Brightside's an awesome. I've had a few films there, and
so
I would always bring people.
Even if it's 50% capacity at the time, we'll have it.
Yeah,
we'll figure a way. We'll figure a way to do it. So we really would rather have people meet and be there.
That's such a convenient spot too, because I think it's like a mile away from the path train. So people from New York City, if they have films on there, they can just come in and when you walk in and you're like, oh, it doesn't seem like
it's a bar.
It's a bar, and there's another room. But
had me at bar.
There's another room where they screen the films upstairs.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But like when it's like at the end of the night or end of the weekend per se, and the awards are there, that room can really hold a lot of people in
That's
there.
Great.
So yeah,
but like you're gonna go, you can order food and they bring it to you. You have a table. While you're watching a movie, you're drinking a beer.
I had a burger, fries, and beer while I'm watching. I'm watching like my film. I'm like, oh, okay, I could distract my shitty acting with this burger or something.
You're I wonder how people react. Wait, there's food? Fuck the people. I want a burger.
And we saw what.
Chris, good job with that.
What was that movie 2 summers ago? It was these guys from Ireland or Scotland did a Clerks
Oh yeah, shooting.
You told me about
Clerks.
that.
Yeah,
and
Ming's in it.
Yes, and they had the premiere there, and it was awesome. It was really cool.
We had a screening. Yeah,
screening, not premiere. I'm sorry. They didn't have premiere. The screening was there, and I got to meet the guy who portrayed Kevin Smith.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Brian O'Halloran.
I had to drive him from here because they were staying here, and I had to drive him to the Brightside. So it was it was an interesting ride in.
Yeah, I bet. But no, they were all. It was so funny. Someone asked a question.
They're fun guys.
Someone asked the filmmakers like, "Oh, why would you basically do a movie? You guys are from? Are they from Ireland?
No, they were Scotland.
Scotland. They're like, oh, you guys are from Scotland. Like, why would you do a movie based on a film director from Jersey. And before they could answer, Brian O'Halloran, who plays Dante in Clerks and stuff, he was like, it doesn't fucking matter where you are. Like, you could be inspired from that. He's like, you watch foreign films, or he says something along the lines like, you watch foreign films. The guy's like, yeah. He's like, well, everyone's inspired, so it doesn't matter. But give it a round up. Like, he was so like angry, but he's like, oh, but yeah.
Was that the one? Because I showed it twice there because they came 2 different times, so we saw 2 different versions.
So
there.
I want to say,
was Ryan doing the stand up that night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he was doing the stand up, and then there was one I missed the opportunity. It played at the Secret Stash comic book store.
Oh, not at the store. It's at Atlantic. Yeah, I was there for the Atlantic.
It was in Red Bank, I believe, right?
Atlantic Highlands. Atlantic Highlands, so the theater there. So I was there for that.
I missed that one, and I was so mad because Kevin Smith was there. He was watching this movie.
Really?
They did an episode on him watching
it's on comic book.
Yeah. Sorry, I really loved it. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
I'm actually there in the audience. Real quick, as the camera goes up, you just see me sitting there.
Yeah. So I missed that. I'm like, son of a bitch. One of my friends went, and then like a month or 2 later, I believe, then they screened it at Brightside, I believe. Or there was a time where I missed that opportunity.
It was that week. It was that week because they were still here. So every time they come, I tried to get them extra money so they could fly home.
Smart. Yeah.
That's good.
So they're not stuck in.
Well, I'm hanging out with these guys in the Highlands. They're staying at this house, right? So we're sitting there, we're hanging out, drinking or whatever, hanging. And all of a sudden, this guy is walking up to the house and like, oh yeah, that's our landlord. And it's this kid I've known since he was like 8 years old.
Wow.
Into like almost 40 years old.
Yeah.
Now. So I'm like, I know this guy. They're like, how the hell? Like, you know these
small world.
He's like, Cullen, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm hanging out with these guys. He's like, are you kidding me?
But no, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good film for like what they did. It was really interesting.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of like how Kevin Smith started and everything and all
course.
that. Yeah.
I still have.
I would be even if he stunk because he's a Jersey boy.
Yeah. Right.
So they had all the stuff they were selling at their events. So every time they would screen it somewhere, they have all this like memorabilia they were selling for extra money that they had and all that, and like sign this poster or this whatever, and they were selling it. So we were over at the Highlands and they were running around rampant, and I'm like, I'll sell it for you. So I sat there, I'm selling people's stuff, and then when they were packing up, they didn't know what to do with all the extra stuff, and they're like, we can't fly this back to Scotland with us.
Yeah,
and they're like, do you know what to do with this? Can you hold on to this? So I still, to this day, have 2 bags of their crap in my closet.
Really? Just sell it.
I have like the wig from Jay and Bob. I have their wigs.
Oh, really? The guy who played Jay was really good too. Yeah. The kid who played Jay was really.
It's like, hold on to this envelope and do not open it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
They had like posters because like Jaws, you couldn't have Jaws, so it was like something similar to Jaws, and they made the Jaws poster. So I got these little mini fake posters of Ghostbusters and Jaws with different names on it.
That's amazing.
Awesome. Yeah. I was cleaning my closet the other day. I'm like, holy crap, I still got this. I better let them know I still got the leftover crap they didn't sell.
Yeah. Do you want it back to sell? Or...
I should just put like the wigs on and like do a little video and show it all.
When's the statute of limitations on that kind of stuff? You're like, look, I've had it for 2 years. It's mine now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was throwing a lot of stuff out. They're lucky I kept it. I still have it.
Yeah. They got 1 more year if they're listening.
Then it goes on eBay.
So they're listening to the podcast right now, like, what the fuck?
Goes on eBay under Shmi J. Schmollen.
Man, you want to sign some stuff?
Yeah, just give me a Sharpie. I'll take care of it.
I was telling the story to Steve when I ran into you at the DC Comic Con.
Awesome con.
And then the next day or the week after, I came here and I was like, hey, like I acted like we were friends, but I was like, hey, what's going on, man? And you're like, yeah, I got like.
You're like, why is this sweaty Italian accosting me?
You're like, I got Korean barbecue food at 4 a.m. It was awesome, and that whole night.
All-Star Comic Con.
Yeah, I was drunk that night. I was trying to find food.
We were all drunk that
night. And I was like, and you're like, you should have came with us. I was like, oh, that would have been awesome, but I was just too drunk in the
where was
lobby.
This?
It was All-Star Comic-Con in Washington, D.C. about 2 summers ago.
Yeah, so real quick, it was a con in Northern Virginia called All-Star Comic-Con, run by our friend Kevin Bednarz, who runs a couple pubs down there. Great artist, just a great guy, big Kevin Smith fan. They call him Double Down. He's a big fan of like Swingers and Maid, like Vince Vaughn.
Yeah,
that's awesome, yeah.
But,
so he runs that.
He runs a con, but we had a great night and we were drunk. It was about 4 a.m, and I'm starving. And this Vietnamese dude, I think he's crap, I'm trying to remember his name.
You were there with this?
No, dude, I was by myself the entire time. A few of my buddy of mine lives in DC, and him and his girlfriend left. I was like, man, it's 12:30. I'm drunk. I need to find food.
Yeah,
and there's a Walmart right next to it.
Walmart next door, but they closed.
But then I saw you with like a group of people, just like running, not running, but like walking really fast out the front door. I was like, whatever they're doing looks fun.
You should have come with us. You totally would have been welcome.
I felt bad. Like I felt weird because like that day, the morning of, I was like, "Hi, I'm gonna be recording with CJ." Like I was like this little 5-year-old.
Yeah, we were like, "That's awesome."
He was super cool. Yeah,
that's fucking awesome.
You gave me like magnets and stickers. Like, this is awesome. Yeah.
Like the wings for a pilot when you're a kid. Like, oh, this is a cockpit. Did you just sense like more hungry souls when you saw them? Like they must know where the food is.
Yeah.
Literally, and this is open invitation for anyone. If you see me with a big group of people, we're going somewhere, just follow along.
Yeah, because you told me you're a foodie, and you were like, I just need to have I just need to try this Korean barbecue food, and I was like,
we were down in Houston, and it just kept getting bigger. People kept following us as we kept going.
That's amazing.
Like the fucking jet stream and Finding Nemo. They're just latching on, going to food.
But it's great. I think one night there's literally this picture of us. We're outside because they do a lot of outside bars and stuff in Houston. There's like Christmas lights. There's a Ferris wheel. We're drinking beer. We're eating barbecue, and there's this huge crowd. And everyone's happy. Yeah. It's just such a great picture, man.
Sounds like Nirvana.
It really is. Yeah,
that's another one.
It is a beautiful place, and I'm going down to Houston again in May. It doesn't even matter if I don't get anything.
Even there's no con.
I need to go to that. What's the name of that festival? Because Healing Heroes was in it. It's
that was
that year I put it in, or the year before.
The Comic
Palooza in Houston.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, that looks really fun.
That sounds like where it's at.
We have fun every time, man. This is crazy. And then we had a student films in the last time we went, and Ming was in one of the student films, so everyone was like, "Oh, there's Ming."
That's great.
So
that is awesome. Yeah,
that was a crazy time.
I love traveling to go to festivals. Like I've gone to California and Florida for like Comic-Con film festivals, and their Comic-Cons are like
they're fun, man.
They're
you
fun,
never know
but there's
what
like
can happen.
But like the amount of detail people put into costumes, and like I saw one kid at the All-Star Comic-Con in DC. He was like Ace Ventura in the morning, then he was Freddie Mercury in the afternoon, and then at night he was something else. So like people do come to these Comic-Cons, just to show out on their costumes because they're amazing.
Did he wear the same shirt as Ace Ventura as Freddie Mercury?
Well, yeah, it's a white tank top. It's a white tank top. So I think he might
just take the
but
button
he slicked
down
his hair back, fake mustache. But
wow,
dude, it was the amount of detail people put into it, and then some of the guests are at these Comic-Cons are phenomenal.
Man, what's the first Comic-Con coming back?
I don't know. Next year there's one in early February. It's called Pensacon. It's in Pensacola, Florida. It's a great con. You guys would all love it. The guy who runs it, Mike Ensley, is awesome. That's that one. And then there's Astronomicon in Michigan that I always go to. It's put on by the band Twisted.
No.
And that was like a combination horror, pop culture con.
Nice.
They always book great guests. Very well run. That's usually in the beginning of February.
Have you ever been to Spooky Empire?
I've heard of Spooky Empire.
It's in Orlando. I filmed it one year when I was down there actually with my buddies, and I
do like the
park. Visually, it had to be awesome.
No, but we had back like access passes, everything. I filmed George A. Romero right here, this close, and then Dee Snider grabbed my camera and did a little promo in there. I'm like, this is peak. Like, this is it for me. I met the original cast of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like,
I assume he did that before he died.
Yeah, well, I hope so. Yeah.
It is HorrorCon.
Yeah, but no, it was awesome. Jason Mewes was there, and I had
that's awesome.
I have a picture of him and I, but I was like, yeah, I'm from Jersey. He's like, right on, but he could care less. He's probably trying to just be awesome. But no, it was a really fun time. But those are like you don't. I haven't been enough to like I remember when we went to.
You got to come to a con with us. I usually try to pick the ones that I know, that have like films attached where I can submit my student films or my films.
Yeah.
So it's like a combo. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to this con, but this film's playing. And then you go as a filmmaker and you have to pass the filmmaker.
Oh, yeah.
And then even like
it's a nice little ego stroke, isn't it?
Oh, it is, dude.
You're there.
It is,
like,
yeah. And people stare at your badge like, oh my God.
New Jersey Horror Con. I was up with my friend and we went up to Carmen Electra. She was like, oh, you're a filmmaker. I'm like, yes, I am. You want to be in a movie?
I'd be whatever you want me to be, Carmen Electra.
Even Dennis Rodman. I'll make it work.
So that was the moment that was, and like,
that's awesome.
And she gave me a hug. I'm like, oh, I love this.
I would have melted.
I love it.
Just right there. I would be like, I'm never washing again. I'm never showering again.
So it's pretty cool to have that when it's a combo because you're wearing that filmmaker pass and then you're going to see these people like, oh, you're a filmmaker. Oh, what do you do? And that also happened with Leah Thompson when I couldn't talk and Ming was there with Brian and they were talking for me because I couldn't talk.
Why? Why couldn't? Oh, because you were just
Leah Thompson.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean why?
No, but I
thought something physically happened.
I was trying to say words.
Yeah. It just didn't work.
Working.
It was pretty funny. You were trying to tell her that you were her density and shit, and it wasn't work. It wasn't coming out.
What was the pickup line you were trying? Density.
She saw my filmmaker pass thing, so she talking films, and we started talking. I direct films, and she's like, "Oh, that's nice." And I said, "I also teach." But I couldn't really put words together. So they were kind of telling her he directs and teaches. And then she starts talking to me. Then I'm like kind of snapped out of it. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, and then a friend of mine did a film with you. And I can't remember the name. It was made in New York, upstate New York. And I can't remember. She's like, I don't know either.
But she's like, Back to the Future. You're my density.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, destiny. Yeah.
Right.
But I've never been that starstruck. I did have a cool moment at Hang On to Your Shorts. I was nominated with this. I don't know his name. He was in Sopranos, where they found out
Artie.
Not Artie. His name Vincent. He was in the third season of Marvelous Miss Maisel. He's in one of my favorite scenes of Sopranos when they find out.
Wasn't he in Dumb and Dumber?
Yes, but I ended up losing. Like he ended up winning Best Actor in the short film, and I was like, and I just had this moment because he is in one of my favorite scenes in Sopranos when what's his name they end up finding out he's gay. Vito's gay.
Yeah.
And then Tony's like, oh, we're gonna take it in the back. He's like, that's what Vito did, and Tony's like, you can go. But he was Chris Moltisanti's sponsor. He was on Curb for a while. I forgot his name. It's Vincent
everything.
Something. Yeah. And I was like, this is a really, and I was like, hey man, congrats. And it was just a cool moment.
Lenny Veneto.
Yes. That is
very good.
Yeah, Lenny's been on the show.
Oh,
that's awesome.
He's been in here. Yeah.
He just he's
done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he had.
Are we bottom of the barrel for you? Is this what you really like? Can't get anybody in because of COVID. How about these losers?
There it is. There it is.
Oh, very nice.
My hair is all like right up there like that. But she liked that we were podcasters and I was a filmmaker and a teacher. And she said maybe one day we'll work together because she directs now too. And I was like,
that's awesome.
Does she live out in California, I'm guessing? Oh, wow.
Which is really funny because she directed a film that a lot of actress women in it that I know, like friends with. So it's like it's getting there. We're gonna work together. And her daughter's a great actress as well.
I believe it.
But that was a cool moment. And that's, you know what? And I didn't even mean for it to happen. It just like,
right. Well, it sounds like it got said for you.
That orchestrated. It's only happened like maybe twice in my life. It happened with her and Jennifer Aniston.
Well, that makes sense. That's a mega A-lister.
Come on now.
Words didn't come out.
Your
of
brain
my mouth.
shuts down. Yeah, I understand.
I'll just sit there blinking.
Yeah, I didn't say anything because she we were doing a film over here at Monmouth Park. Gerard Butler and her was a horrible movie. So I was an extra.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I was going to say,
P.S. I Love You.
No, it was some bodyguard movie.
P.S. I Love You isn't that bad, but Gerard Butler is in that though.
Yeah. Oh, his. So this one here, they hate each other. They were together, and he was a killer or something. I don't know.
I understand.
So kidnapped her or something happened. So we're here at Monmouth Park filming, and I got an extra gig for the day. So I wear a t-shirt and shorts, and I'm hanging out. And I know the area, and all these people are extras, and they're like going this way for lunch. I'm like, I'm gonna go around this way. I know where I'm going, so I'm by myself, walking, la la la, and there's someone behind me, and I turn around, and it was Jennifer Aniston. She goes, "Oh, you look like you knew where you're going, so I was following you, honey." And I go, and then she goes, "Okay, then," and walks away.
Oh no! And then you're like, "No, wait." wait.
Can we be on a break?
Yeah. Yeah, just trying to do Friends lines at her, see if she'll turn back around.
But when the hell do you turn around and Jennifer Aniston's behind you? Like, does
honestly,
that happen ever?
Front and back.
How are you supposed to play? Like, I don't know.
Oh,
you were starstruck. Yeah. How are you supposed to play it cool? I would have been like, and then like just keep walking. It wouldn't make words because I'm just so awkward.
Nothing came out. She's just like, okay then.
Because you don't expect that.
No. You don't expect to be like, oh man, I'm going to sneak around. I know where I'm going. You turn around. And...
If you're cool around A-listers, that's just a certain level of autism that I aspire to have. Like, it's just, that's what it is. You get starstruck watching these people in cinema for 20 years.
Those are the only two times, but they were funny times. I mean, that one, no one was there to witness it, but they witnessed that one. And it was a little verklempt thing where words couldn't come out. And then
a little verklempt.
Then later on, and she's in her little booth signing with people. And I remembered the name of the freaking movie, and I just walked by, and she's busy, whatever. And I yell out the name of the movie. She looks at me like, "What the fuck?"
You're just like, "Cause the thing I'm in it too." Extra.
That movie.
Recognize me, the guy you stalked.
And she just looked at me like, "Okay, then."
Listen, after security, like, take care of him. Get out of here.
Ming, have you ever been starstruck by anybody?
I mean, like Mark Hamill, like anyone from the Stars.
Oh my God, yeah,
definitely.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves was one of them. I saw him briefly at New York Comic Con.
Because that's just a different level.
Like, different level.
That's beyond actor. That's beyond like celebrity. That's something different.
But the thing is, like, you've been on TV too. So does anyone ever be like, "Oh yeah, man, like I watch you too"? Like,
yeah, that happens.
See, that would be like that's all. Like, I would find that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
But I think my movies like immediately put them at ease. I'm like, no, I'm just a knucklehead. Like, you know, like I fell ass backwards on the TV. Like seriously, I'm like, do not be that impressed.
Man, I don't know.
I grew, you know, like I'm here because I love G.I. Joe. Like that's that's the long and short of it. So,
but that must put everybody else directly at ease. Where you,
I hope so.
As soon as you're cool and relatable, people are like, oh. Yeah. I feel your person.
That's what I always hear about Keanu Reeves.
And then we go to these cons and people hang out with us, and it's like nothing.
Yeah,
at that point.
That's what I saw you. That's what I really liked about you. You were just hanging out with people. You weren't like too good for anybody, and even people at my level think that they are too cool to like even acknowledge you at film festivals. And you're like, I'm just trying to tell you that I really liked you in your film. You don't have to like.
Oh yeah,
all you got to do is have one of those brewskis and some good food,
a little liquid courage, and you're good to go. That's
so you're telling me I should just be drunk all the time in case if I run into Jennifer Aniston.
All right. You have my permission to be drunk all the time.
Thank you.
I ran into Jim Brewer once. We were seeing it was The Force Awakens. It was in the Star Wars first reboot. I saw him in the theater exiting. So I was like, I gave Carrie my phone. I'm like, here, take a picture of us when he turns around. But he was like super cool. Yeah. I was like, hey Jim, big fan. What did you think of the movie? And he's like, oh, it's fucking great. Like, we're just doing his thing.
What movie theater?
Super cool.
What movie theater?
It's in Rockaway.
He was up in.
He lives in Jersey, right?
He lives in Chester, yeah.
He's a big Met fan.
Yeah, yes. He's the new voice of the Mets. Yeah, the Met. He deserves better.
yeah.
No, he's hilarious. I love him. But
he's so funny when
he's so cool. Like he's so even keeled, down to earth.
He was going back to him being a Mets fan. Wasn't he like hardcore during the World Series in 2015? Like, wasn't he? Like,
he's always hardcore.
Him, Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock. Like they were all
they were going to the games and going nuts and. He sat with that little army of seven. What is it? What's the name of the subway? The seven train.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the seven train.
Seven train army.
City Field. Yeah.
Seven train army. They're all out there wearing shirts, and he wore the same shirt with them one day, and he's going nuts.
He's so cool, man. Yeah. He did stand up opening for Metallica during a leg of their last tour, and like. 2016, I guess that album came out.
He does a phenomenal James Hetfield impression.
Yeah, and they're like buddies. Like he's going on vacation with James Hetfield. Like that's how cool and relatable he is. It's just a different breed of like awesome.
Yeah.
He's the best storytelling comic out there.
He really is.
Yeah.
The whole thing with it's always repeated online where he talks about drinking.
The drinks entering the stomach,
entering the stomach,
tequila in the worms get there. Everybody out!
It's so classic.
Well, to me, he made
Heineken.
He made Half Baked, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Like I know Chappelle he's good at acting and whatnot, but Jim Brewer
did you know that there is a pilot based on Kevin Smith characters, even though it's really horrible, called Clerks, that never made the air, and you could watch it on YouTube, and Jim Brewer is in it.
No shit. No.
What year was this?
Oh my god.
Was it? So it was after Clerks was made, or was
it was early? Like they tried to make it a TV show.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't think Kevin Smith wasn't involved with it at all, right? Right, man? Not at all, right?
No, not at all. I guess
like not even producer. Or?
No, yeah, not at all. They're like
special thanks to
like they just stole Dante.
It's ridiculous.
So I think Miramax owned the characters, but they didn't. Kevin owns Jay and Silent Bob, so they weren't in the.
Yeah, they weren't.
Kevin was like, no, where?
There was a guy similar to Jay's name in it. I watched it. It was like
Ray.
It
was like Ray. It was Ray.
It was Ray.
Ray and Silent Bill.
He comes in and he wore he just had a hoodie,
long hair and a beat,
and he came in and he was stealing stuff out of the store, and they're like, Ray, don't steal. It was so.
That's awful.
Bad.
If you want to watch, it is on YouTube. Somebody put it on YouTube. It looks. I mean, I guess we could roll a little bit over here.
1995.
Oh my!
It was right after 95.
It was right out. They were trying to capitalize off the success. So
wow.
We'll just go to the
it just made
here.
pilot.
There he is.
There he is. There's Goat Boy himself.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find like Ray and Silent Bill.
Yeah, was he
Ray and Quiet Bill just doing the thing?
What was his character though? Was it Randall? Was he Randall?
Was that Jim Brewer?
Yeah.
I think he was Dante by the looks of it. I think he was supposed to be the Dante.
He would have been a good Randall.
Maybe he was the Randall.
I think this guy here is the Dante, I believe. And then they added this ice cream guy.
Kerry Russell?
Oh, yeah, Kerry Russell's in it. That's right.
Yeah. With a New Jersey tan right there.
1995 was a different time.
Yeah.
This is before Felicity, I'm assuming, right?
There's a couple of these actors, though. The guy that plays Ray, I looked it up, and he's like a massive character actor. He's in so much crap after this. Yeah. So the guy...
Yeah, we'll roll the characters, but yeah, they use the same typefaces and everything. Look at that. They just use some like crappy
random ass strip mall.
There's an ice cream shop and a video store and a clerk
I'm pretty sure that guy in the hat right there eating the ice cream, I'm pretty sure he was in Justified.
Yes, that's it.
That's the guy who was trying to wasn't he the
so a lot of these people
Rick Gomez, he's in Justified.
As who?
I feel like he was the one trying to he was interviewing Raylan Givens when like he was brought in to be like, why are you killing all these people? But then he ended up
most of these people here had a career, which is crazy.
That is wild.
Yeah.
You think Kerry Russell remembers that
career after that?
I think she tries actively not to.
I think she was I watched the whole thing. It was really horrible, but she was in like 2 quick scenes.
It's horrible. I couldn't stand it, but I saw it.
I had to watch it.
That's my life watching movies. I'll be like, I know this is bad. It's like my diet. I know this is bad for me, but I'm going to
Unfortunately,
consume it anyway.
Every episode on our podcast, he always has to bring up Wrath of Titans. Or Clash of Titans. No, you love those movies.
I said I saw it. You're like, why? And I was like, I don't know.
Some of those you have to watch. Sometimes you have to watch movies that are just so bad, like The Room.
Oh God, yeah,
that was bad. That was bad.
We used to good that it's bad.
So we quoted that all the time, and then we did a commentary track on it and watched it. And
that's what you wanted to do here, right? You wanted to do commentary tracks on movies. That's one thing that we wanted to do.
We did a couple. We did The Room. We did Zombievers. We did some Reefer Madness from like the 20s.
So I guess with certain movies like from the 20s and 30s, if they're royalty free, like you can watch with the audio on.
Yeah, that was the one thing
you can do a mystery
figure out, right?
But like The Room, I'm not sure.
You can't play it with the audio, right? You can't.
Yeah, we put the audio on a separate track, so we can either take it out or it's low enough.
If it's public domain, you can do it. If it's not, it'd just be. You have to kind of just start the movie at the same time you listen to the episode.
But I want to like commentary over like Ferris Bueller or something.
Oh, right. Yeah, that would be so fun to do. We've done a couple of those.
The opening, the flower shop scene where he's like, "Hi, doggo."
Yes. Hello, doggy.
If you ever
spent $6 million
whatever that line is, she's in a wheelchair. Ha! Funny story, Mark. It's so brutal.
There it is.
I'm from New Orleans. No, you're not.
I never hit you. You are tearing me apart.
It's so bad. Dude, watching those clips is the way to go. Watching that entire
James
hour
Franco
and a half
playing him was amazing.
Disaster Artist was awesome.
That was really creepy. Yeah, I loved that.
And then, Dave
the
Franco
craziest part of the thing, how much of a genius those two are, Seth Rogen and James Franco, is they became like friends with Tommy Wiseau during the press tour for that. Yeah. So even though It was based upon a book of whoever the best friend was, Mark. Like he wrote a book.
He wrote about
so that's what the movie is based on. Disaster Artist. They became friends with Tommy Wiseau, even though the movie was basically trashing him, and he didn't even realize because they were so cool to him. So every press tour was James Franco being Tommy Wiseau and Tommy Wiseau being Tommy Wiseau. It's a lot of Tommy Wiseau.
The two of them made a movie right after this. They made another movie,
My Best Friend or something like that.
What, James Franco and Tommy Wiseau?
No, Tommy Wiseau and Greg.
Greg Sestero.
Yes, he made it. Right?
It's 2 parts, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 2-part movie.
God. So what? They saw the last Twilight and they were like, we should split this.
Why not just make a 2.5-hour movie?
It's a 2-part movie. Best Fiends, Best Friends, whatever it's called. It's 2 parts.
So
how long is
the other 2 hours each?
I think it is. Yeah.
Is it like the director's cut of Titanic?
I think it's and I haven't.
Is it as bad?
We should watch. We should. I'm sure we could rent it somewhere. We should We should have a screening here.
Is it as bad as the?
I would love to.
We should just legally.
I think the problem is it's bad, but like it's not intentionally bad.
Yeah.
And it's not bad like The Room.
Yeah.
However you want to.
We should
describe
just.
it.
That's the worst That's the worst way to be because then it's just uninteresting.
Yeah. Right. So there's a reason we haven't really heard about it. It must not be that great.
You would think the follow-up film by Tommy Wiseau would be this big cinematic event, and then I heard about it, and then it went away.
But The Room, apparently, the budget for that was $6 million.
Well, because Tommy Wiseau's loaded for some reason, and he's like, I'm not loaded. I'm just from New Orleans. No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're from Transylvania.
Well, as a filmmaker, the reason it cost so much was because he bought all the gear. He didn't rent. He refused to rent it.
He bought it,
and as you know, once you buy it, it becomes obsolete like 2 months later.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, even the house, the film house was like, we'll rent this to you. Like, no, I want buy.
Yeah,
I want buy. They're like,
a weird,
but it all looked like
some of that like sex.
I wonder what he did with it after.
Like,
did he resell stuff? Or?
I guess, but you still take a loss.
And then he wanted
like
it in car. He got to film and video.
Yeah, he shot it simultaneously.
Yes,
on 2
that's
formats.
right. It's cost twice as much.
Yeah,
like
why?
Somebody should just follow him around with a camera. Like that's a cheap documentary that everybody will watch.
That'd be a great reality.
I would watch Tommy Wiseau in some broken down mansion in New Orleans with all this obsolete film equipment.
He's not from New Orleans,
but I bet he has a house there to keep up the lie, keep up appearances.
Keep up the lie
from New Orleans. But he did you see him play the Joker?
Yeah, that was
actually creepier than Joaquin Phoenix's take on the Joker. Like watching Tommy Wiseau do that was much creepier.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix is too good of an actor. Tommy Wiseau really
his
just
laugh. Yeah, his laugh was it was just really loud at some point.
I'm not lying. That was creepy as hell.
Yeah.
Is that they got 1 million advertisements there?
That's how YouTube is.
Like I know they need to pay the bills, but nothing gets me more mad than when I'm in the middle of a video
and then
there he is.
But let me introduce you to the new Joker.
It's so scary, dude. That's something you dream up in your nightmares.
What doesn't kill you make you stranger.
Wow.
It's simple. We killed the Batman.
That's the nice story, Mark.
Hail Moonlight, did you? No, but I did.
Did
somebody like a devil?
Did someone put this on, like pay him to do this, or did he pay for the makeup professionally?
Well, it's from Nerdist, so maybe they hired.
Yeah, okay.
Not the monster. No. Why?
Oh.
So serious? Why so serious?
He's never seen The Dark Knight. There's no way.
The smile on this face.
You know what
Why? So serious.
You know what this seems like? Someone got super drunk at home and just wanted to like talk to themselves in the mirror as the Joker. This is kind of like that because he's laughing. He's like, there are some elements.
That's somebody who's only seen the Jack Nicholson Joker and never saw what Heath Ledger did.
Yeah.
Probably not.
There are some elements of this.
Batman, get out! I need Batman. Where is he?
And then Mark, his boy.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
The leather coat.
Why is he hugging him?
Why do you want to kill me? I don't want to kill you. I need you. Why should I kill you? Why? Why should I kill you? I don't want to kill you because you complete me. Yeah, I need you.
He's somebody who understands lines, but not context. Yeah.
Madness. It's like gravity. You need just a little push, and you can do it. I'm a joker, and jog is on you. Yeah. Hey, this is Tommy again. Check the nerdist.com.
Wow. There's just nothing behind those eyes. That's what the scariest part is, where he's just looking directly at you and you guys see nothing.
Ever go see the room where you throw like the spoons and stuff?
No.
All the interactive.
No, I didn't actually. I didn't know that.
I don't want to be around other people who watch it for enjoyment.
Well, I don't think anyone does. I think they enjoy the fact that it's so bad.
Usually he would host it. He would like have screenings and be there.
Yeah.
Right.
And then do all this stuff, and people would throw the spoons. And
they do it. They do an anniversary, right? Isn't it once a year in some theater in Los Angeles? It's usually held
in New York.
In New York,
both. I think both LA and New York. But yeah, that I would love to follow.
Not be celebrated.
I really wish there was like footage of after The Room came out and like how him and Mark's relationship was, because I don't know how why Mark would still be around this guy. Like I don't know. Or what's his real name? Greg what?
Sestero.
I'm just calling him Mark.
Mark.
As if that's a real person.
Well, his book did well. So.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
He had to get some. I'm
getting those royalties for that movie too.
Yeah, he had to.
Major production. Not bad.
No, that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
That was really good.
It was, creepy.
So
James Franco did a great job.
What else is going on, guys?
Not much, man. We're actually back in the studio recording. We are going to be hopefully we now are transitioning into doing some short films under the Ranting and Raving name. So we did one called Instant. You can find on our YouTube page.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we've written about 2 or 3 short films during this whole pandemic that we're going to probably hopefully film at the later part of this year or 2021. But I think we're just trying to get more into doing we have 250 episodes and we're doing a little bit of other stuff with the podcast but I think transitioning into films would be awesome.
Did you recently finish? Is that the film that you recently finished? Are you putting that in the festival soon?
It's on YouTube right now, and I think we have started looking on Film Freeway. And once we do, it's going to be
once we get submittals and acceptances in, it'll probably get privatized on YouTube.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
For now,
but it's
but for now you can still go see it.
Yeah.
But what I love about collaborating with him is because for a while I was only doing kind of more serious, dramatic pieces.
Yeah.
Although I absolutely love comedy.
Yeah.
So
you did the comedy.
No, I do, but I guess Little Did She Know or something, or even Healing Heroes, there were jokes put in, and there was humor within the dialogue, but the tone of it isn't really isn't comedy. This is straight up there's no there is maybe one serious scene in it, but everything else is just super goofy. But we would love for you guys to check it.
I do comedy because if I open myself up to emotions, it's just a well I don't want to dive into. So I use jokes to mask everything.
That's pretty much it, though. We're just
we'll put all your stuff on the feed there.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. But unfortunately, obviously, I don't want to get too serious. But with the pandemic, just pushed back everything. I'm sure you're feeling it too. You guys probably had big plans for Hang On to Your Shorts.
Yeah, we had a big. It was supposed to be really big this year, and then now it's not.
Yeah, so I think
now it is literally.
It's just all about just trying to, like I said, we just wrote a few shorts.
Yeah, I think we're doing what all filmmakers do at this point. It's we were writing and being creative during this whole time, and it's cast, and we're ready to go whenever it's safe for everybody and everybody feels comfortable.
Yeah, when everyone feels. I was going to film a 6-page skit in July, and everyone was just very honest with me. It was like, I don't think
now
we should do it. I'm like, all right. Yeah.
No.
Well, production in general is opened up in New York City and Jersey. So
be safe on it with
we
it.
could do it with guidelines and stuff like that. But me personally, I just want to have everybody on the production feel safe. I don't want, anybody to have any reservations about doing it, especially because it is, just it's a comedy.
Yeah. And you know how it is. You've been on a lot of sets. My sets aren't ever more than 10 people, because I can't afford more than 10 people, but no, it's usually a small cast or crew, and you try and keep it that way. So, but some of these productions are going, some of these TV productions going into filming, they have 100, 200 people sometimes. So it'll be interesting to see, how networks do it and all that.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you have anything?
I actually today a movie I co-produced. Second Thoughts just came out on Amazon today.
I saw.
Oh, awesome!
Congratulations
with that.
Go check it out. I mean, that was a nice low budget. We did that so low budget, and it came out for being low budget. It came out really good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So go check that out on Amazon.
I saw that at Westfield.
Oh, you saw that at Westfield?
Yeah, I saw it at Westfield. It was the last film, the feature film of the night.
We filmed that really quickly down in Tom's River.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Larry Rosen was he wrote and directed it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
and just for as low budget as it is, it was like, wow, we came around.
Yeah. Doing features are tough. I haven't dabbled into that, so yeah. I feel like it's a whole other beast.
But you're looking at adapting Little Did You Know into a feature, right?
Eventually, one day.
But again, it's hard. You got to find ways. How do you make like a real low budget look pretty good?
Yep.
On a feature,
sound good,
and sound good, and look good, and
right.
And you have the talent there, so that's
that's
when you come across like, oh man, you found like, a gold mine, like with some of these actors who are willing to do it for very low budget, but then equipment wise, that's always my thing. Audio is
a big issue. Yeah. Especially when you get it on Amazon and all that, you need that certain audio, you need it to be crisp and good.
Because you're watching it through the, I've tried watching a few of my shorts on YouTube through the TV because you're able to do that. And you could really tell through watching it through a TV. Wow,
Ming's got a ton of audio equipment.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see
it doesn't mess around with the audio.
The H4 zoom and then all that stuff. That's great. Yeah, everything sounds great too. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
they're jealous of our setup.
Yeah, we're so proud because we have our podcast in his man cave in his house, and for a while we feel so proud. But then like you come here and you're like, oh, man.
You got the other room over there.
So you have 2 studios, right?
It's 2 studios.
Nice.
And then you can do online stuff. We've been doing a lot of
online. I saw that you were doing through Zoom.
Had to
through Zoom.
No, StreamYard.
What's StreamYard?
Cool. Oh, it's really good.
I've never even heard of it.
Right?
It's a streaming platform. It's kind of like Zoom, but for streaming live on.
I'm guessing you have to pay for it a month, or is it free?
Yeah, same thing. Okay. No, well, there is a free version, but for extra features,
yes,
I used the free. I was playing around with it to learn it.
Yeah,
and I used the free.
Yeah,
one.
it's nice. Yeah, it's very easy to use.
I think it's always worth purchasing, like buying, like with Dropbox, even like all the space or Google Drive. Like you just $10 a month or whatever, however much StreamYard is for all the features. You can't beat it.
StreamYard is really good and clear, and all my shows are on StreamYard there. So,
nice.
Not too bad.
Are you guys on Podbean or
no
SoundCloud?
We use SoundCloud. We use SoundCloud.
Nice.
Yeah, so you'll be on. When we get around to it, I finally updated. So we're live right now on Facebook. So we have that page, and then I take the show and. Usually if there's sometimes online, I'll do 2 different like one-on-ones. So I cut it up to different things. I put it on YouTube.
Nice.
So I finally caught up on YouTube with all the shows. I've been lazy. I had no excuse. There's no excuse. I'm like, I'm not working. So
it's quarantine. I get it.
So I caught up. So I'm finally caught up on all the shows on the YouTube page. And I was like, I'm going to pump up YouTube and it's hard. Get people to watch on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
You have this whole little beginning and music, and I'll put a little thing to it, and then we're on SoundCloud too. I don't know if we're behind the SoundCloud or not.
Yeah. No, we
I haven't looked lately.
There's so many. There's so many like streaming services you can listen to a podcast, and it's just like you have no like. I don't want everyone to be like, "Oh, I didn't get to hear your episode." No, we're literally everywhere. And like you said, and you stream right through Facebook. Like
sounds good.
Everyone's on Facebook.
SoundCloud, really good too. So
we do plugs in the middle of our show where I go,
yeah,
where we go. Like I have to do the Ace Ventura breath to read everything that we're on. Like we're everywhere. There's no excuse.
Yeah,
it's just whether you don't think we're good or not.
So why don't you tell the people where they can find you.
Do you know where?
Oh God!
Can you know off memory? No,
maybe.
I know we are. We are on YouTube. We are on Podbean. We are on
Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Google Play Music.
Google, which is turning into
a lot of stuff.
Google Podcasts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're on.
We're soon to be on Pandora. We're on iHeartRadio, iPod Air, TuneIn, Laughable, Overcast, Stitcher.
There we go. Your memory.
Everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything. Anywhere you can find a podcast, we're on it. Basically, so
I would go nuts trying to put it all on things I like: Facebook Live, SoundCloud, YouTube.
So we have
there is something in simplicity though. That's the thing. Like we constantly like bounce back and forth between like what's simple and what's easy.
And we have a really good working relationship where like, you know, we record, I'll edit the episodes, and then this man like takes care of it. So like he'll schedule it through is it Buffer
social media posts,
which is awesome because you could schedule out social media
the website
posts
stuff, the hosting stuff. Yeah,
so you're able to really like put it out there. But I'll
do some of the behind the scenes stuff. He'll do editing.
Yeah, but that's how it was when we first started. What were we on? Spotify.
We were
not
on,
Spotify.
We were on SoundCloud.
We were on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And then,
but you're an intern. Get an intern. I have students.
Oh man,
I know, right? How great would that be?
Well, you know, we try and ask our wives, our fiancés, to be our interns, but
they had some very important credits in our short film that we just did. They were the tequila wranglers.
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
And
the Taco Bell, all our booze.
And the
we always need them.
And the Taco Bell wranglers. And,
yes.
You know, we had hearty lunches.
Yeah, they were like, "Can we help with the film? How about food and booze?" That's a
the
very
best.
important part of it.
We do need it once we're done.
That's a great thing to do.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, we've been doing it for since like 2016, 2017. And it is, we've kind of transitioned to things because we would just literally record throughout the year, like every week.
Yeah.
Now Steve and I were like extremely just like fried and burnt out. We're like, all right, we're going to start doing seasons now where we only record from March to like November. So I guess December, January, February.
It's still a good. We'll do by season. We'll still do 50 episodes a season.
Yeah,
like it's still a good haul, and then we'll just take the winter months off when we're depressed and lonely, and then we'll come back in the spring.
I just tell Ming, I got a shoot today.
And you adapt and overcome and all that. Yeah.
Adapt and overcome.
Well, you know what? Because
that's your autobiography.
No one's working, so there's no excuse. So I put a bunch of emails out to a lot of famous directors and actors and all that.
Yeah.
And I got a couple.
Okay.
Not many, but it's like you have no excuse.
Yeah.
Get on my show.
Yeah. Especially with the prevalence of all the video chatting platforms. Like, come on, push your product. Give me 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So, but you guys have anything else you want to promote before we head out of here? Because it flew by like that.
I know.
I don't think so. I mean, this is great. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you guys.
Like I said, if you guys want to check out the podcast, if you liked us today, you'll enjoy our podcast. We're the same
Ranting and Raving, man. So we got to check that out.
And now we have to have both of you on at some point.
Yeah, that's right. We have. So this is the first.
Anytime, gentlemen.
Definitely.
Anytime.
Okay.
Anytime.
You got it.
Yeah, we'll have to have on you for a third
That's your mistake because we'll take you up on
it. We will bother you until you tell me to go the hell away or yes. So.
The sweaty Italian wants to talk to you.
Again.
So it worked out. It's cool. I'm going to try to get some more podcasters to come on here and do cross podcast. And
it is a great idea because like podcasters can definitely know how to adapt and, do a conversation. There's sometimes you get, and maybe actors or musicians, whoever on who don't really know how to hold a conversation, and it becomes all up to you.
Quick question: have you ever done stand up?
Yes.
Okay, I could just tell.
You could tell.
Yeah, well, because he's done it twice, and he's really good. I did
open mics.
I did it twice, and I bombed. But you could tell when people do stand up because it's just you literally just kept the conversation going.
I've done it. I've done it, and I liked it, and I always was afraid I'd bomb, but I got good reactions when I did it. Mm-hmm. But I prefer hosting the shows.
I could see
and I've done that a lot.
Well, you're a good
you do a quick 30 seconds, 2 minutes,
and if I
then
know
you
I'm about to bomb, the first comedian.
Cut your shit short and get the guy up there.
So I'm actually going to bring those shows back. That's my plan when we get out of this is to bring back the Cullen Comedy Show Hour.
Very cool.
I better see you there every week.
Let's do it.
I don't know where we do it. I started doing it before the Bright Side was a film festival. I had a comedy show.
Awesome.
Yeah. And that's how that all started.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's wild. And then once in a while we'd have a special to raise money. And I got 2 short films I'm going to help produce coming up, and we're going to raise money. So one of the things we're going to do is possibly like a comedy film screening at Brightside. So we'll have stand-ups and a short, stand-ups and a short, stand-ups and a short. I've done it a long time ago, and it worked out well.
You got to put instant in there, and you have to do stand-up so people just see your face.
So you do the stand-up, you do your short, and that's when I made with Jeff Sutton, we did this Must Hurry. That was a 3-minute short. So I used that as an intro. It was like 3 minutes. And then, the guys on a bicycle, you don't know what's going on. And in the end, he just had to take a shit. Yeah.
Uber relatable.
So it's 3 minutes of like, what's going on? Like he's rushing, he's going like you hear the
brilliant.
cops you don't know what's going on.
Sweat beads.
Yeah, he runs into his house and he drops the keys, picks it up, and he runs in, slams the door, and all of a sudden it's just cuts the blocking here, and the door just cracks open, and he's taking a dump.
That's literally Steve every other day, right?
That's right. So refuse to believe I'm lactose intolerant.
I use that to open up. The comedy shows.
That's a great icebreaker.
So he did that, and I'd come out as a host and be like, in our first, and it was amateur comedians on the rise, and then one of them basically out of a hat would get the last 20 minutes. Like,
wow.
Then that person would get paid and the others would just do it.
Oh, cool.
And then we'd round robin it. The next time you are the headliner.
That's pretty cool.
And you get paid.
That's
actually a cool way to do it.
So everyone wins pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for having us on, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, this was fantastic.
All right, guys. And thanks for listening. And we will be on SoundCloud and YouTube shortly.
Thanks. Thank you.